You know what? We're just going to sit here and just wait on Todd.
StockCast. I was going to take the day off, but I hear that we have a ticker that might be having an explosive opportunity, so I came back. So, good morning, James. How are you doing today?
The real question is, how are you doing this morning, Todd?
Oh, I'm doing good. I was I had a couple nice bass on the line, and then I got a text, and I looked at my POAI account, and I figured I better get back here and man the ship. So let's get at it.
Oh man, nice shirt, by the way. I mean, that took forever.
No, seriously, it's looking like we might have something going on, exciting. So let's get at it.
Yeah, so let's just start with Dow futures are currently up 218 points. S&P 500 futures are up 28 points. And let me just go ahead and share my chart really quick. Let's we're obviously going to talk about predictive oncology, but this is what we want to look at overall market. So this is how we stand. Like I've been talking about the past few days, I want to see what it's going to do here, and I want to see it as this non-EMA comes down here and the daily candlesticks go up to touch it. I want to see it roll over. When the candlesticks start to roll over and stand under that line, that's when I'm going to start buying more puts. It's not going to be today unless something just crazy happens. But based off this current setup right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be today. So that's what I'm waiting for overall in the market. And we'll just have to take it from there. So let's just go ahead and get into what everybody's here for. All right.
Well, everyone's here to see my shirts. That's what's going on. I mean, it's hard to deal with the truth, but it is the fact.
All right. So, man, all of that volume, all that buying volume after hours yesterday and pre-market today and predictive oncology, man, this chart looks beautiful. Over 4
million shares between yesterday after hours and today's pre-market. So that's the average of that was around 1 million. So that's something's going on. Something's cooking.
Yes. It's nice for a change. And we can see that when the pre-market opened, that this was obviously some firm of sort. It looks like they were short and they decided to cover, which created that spike up to 134. And just as long as this holds up, we should get a nice bounce in here, and hopefully we'll continue on with this momentum. Now, if we break 134,
buckle up.
Yep. All right. So that's what we're looking for and waiting on with predictive oncology. The chart is looking nice, and we all know that this chart has actually never looked this nice in the after hours or pre-market. So this is a first, and it's a good feeling, at least for right now. Hopefully no idiots try to come in and try to short it, but there's a lot of dumb people in the stock trading community. So,
I think it's important to mention that I know there's been some people who have talked in our forums, and they've mentioned here on the show that they flipped it 3 or 4 times for a few cents. I'm not telling you what to do with your investment or your trade opportunity. I'm just going to say this. You got to be careful, because you might be flipping it thinking you're going to buy back 5 cents lower. You might not see 5 cents lower anymore.
And there's a lot of people who got caught with their pants down yesterday after hours. And they probably honestly thought, well, it will pull back pre-market. And here we are, like, hey.
Yeah, so just, you do what you need to do. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
But just, my advice and James' advice is that this might be the last time you penny flip it. You might be looking at buying back at $1.30, $1.50, $2.40, $3.87, things like that.
I've been warning people there'd be a day that they get caught trying to penny flip it, and they buy it in a lot higher, and it erases their gains. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like back in the day, I used to try that crap, and if you keep doing it, it eventually gets you. So, I mean, if you're not like trying to stay long in something and go for the goal, then whatever, it is what it is. But if you're trying to, really crank one out of the park and you're penny flipping, you'll get caught with your pants down. And a lot of times it usually ends up erasing all of your gains.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that from experience. That's why I don't even bother doing that crap, especially on these lower PPS penny stocks that have lower outstanding share structures. To me, it's just not worth it. That's why I just scale in. I don't care about chasing a few $1,000s when I'm going for dollars overall per share.
It also depends on your account size and where you're at in your trading. I mean, it might make sense for you to penny flip it because you're looking for smaller gains to build your account. And with all due respect, I get that. We've all been there. But the guys that are holding larger accounts and they're penny flipping, I would just be careful. Be careful.
Yeah. But man, it is nice for a change though to see the after hours and pre-market looking like this. I don't remember a time that the pre-market or after hours look like this at all. So it's refreshing and it's a long overdue. There's a lot of buying and somebody knows something.
Somebody knows something. Hey, there's a few people, large audience today. That's exciting. Please hit the like button. That helps us build a large audience. But there's a few.
It also helps Todd speed up his shirt decision making process and apparently wardrobe and makeup.
Well, we get a few more tips. I'm going to have a full-time makeup person here. And Lord knows I need it. I just don't throw a hat on and cover up my eyes and in the shadows. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. But Robert Schwartz, $5 tip. Thank you. POA to the moon.
Let's see, there's a couple of them.
Jonathan Walker. Oh, I have a nephew right now. They're delivering him and his wife are delivering twin boys. And I suggested James and Jonathan as boys' names for the twins. James and Jonathan. What do you think about that?
They're probably like, why?
My nephew's like, what? Why? I'm like, well, they're biblical names. And then all his other boys are named biblical names. I'm like, they're biblical names. So, but they have a plan. They said they didn't need my help.
You should have just told them to name one YOLO and then the other one POAI.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
All right. Let's talk about NNVC. So I called this one out yesterday, pre-market.
Yeah, you did. You did. Good job, James. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah. So this one, well, I'm not going to lie. Like, I went all in yesterday on Predictive Oncology. All in. 100%. No BS. But I might throw some more money or pull some more money on my bank account. I don't know. Might take a couple of days of a break just to see what Predictive does. Who knows? Maybe we get some news. But NNVC really does hold my attention. And the reason why is, let's start with the share structure. 11.5 million shares outstanding. Now, the last update for short interest, there really wasn't nothing there for short interest, but we can pretty much assume that the bears have tried to lay into this and are probably still trying to hold on. But with this outstanding share structure being so low, and then the news that they had yesterday, I mean, I won't read it. But so, okay. So let me step back a second. So yesterday when we was on the StockCast show, it was halted for pending news, the entire pre-market. Well, not the entire pre-market, but it got halted. And the reason why it got halted was because a third-party PR agency had the insider information and leaked it out. So Crazy. It's going to suck to be them. And, yeah. And so the company was forced to halt their ticker and then come up with their PR. So they released that 8K explaining what had happened and then the news, the catalyst. All I got to say is pull up that 8K, their most recent one. What they're doing is honestly pretty phenomenal. With this being a low share structure, I do have a lot of faith in this. And we wrote it up for a nice day trade yesterday. I thought it was going to go a lot higher than what it did. And then the bears just eventually took over, which sucked. I did let a lot of profits go, but I mean, I did still rack up as well. I got stopped out the first time for profit when it pulled back to 646. And then I tried to jump in a few more times after that, and it was just choppy. But yeah, so here we are. We're pretty much where we left off at the close yesterday. Had that after hours push, and then it's pulling back. But overall, I do feel very strong and bullish on this ticker NNVC. So this is just my speculation right here, and with their news. Once we start getting the bears out of this, or heck, maybe we get some more bears in it, but at the same time more bulls to cause a short squeeze. Hopefully they do stack up on shorts, and then they get squeezed out because that will obviously propel this on top of their catalyst. I do feel, me personally, I feel there is strong potential to hit 1053. But if something like very parabolic happened with a squeeze or whatever, I mean, it would just have to be parabolic. Potentially 1730. And that would be rather extreme, in my opinion. Now, what I just said, just go back and listen to this again and don't hear that James said this is going to 1730 because I didn't say that. A lot of people are going to walk away from the show today thinking just that for whatever reason. I don't know, but that's not it. So yeah, that's what I see. I don't know. If I wasn't all in on predictive oncology right now, and you guys all know that's my number one rule. Never go all in. And it's, if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. We'll just leave it at that about POAI. So let's go ahead and hit the comment section, Todd, and see what we got.
Yeah, the comment sections are interesting. You're telling people I had to go change my shirt or something. That's interesting.
Because you did.
Like you're blaming it on me, but that's all right. Ian John, thank you. He sent us a $10 tip. That's awesome. Congratulations. We appreciate that.
Let's see. Oh, we're just reading some comments really quick.
Looks like Karen's yelling at me about time, Todd. Thank you, Team Jeffrey and Todd. City Girl. She understands that it just takes a little bit extra moment or two.
Good Lord, you're way up there in the comments. You read comments about as quickly as you change shirts.
Well, I was looking at all the tips, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned them all, unlike you who just bypassed them all. I wanted to thank them.
That's your job. They highlight.
Edgy slacker. All right.
Thank you, Brian Latchford.
I'm here for the Christmas party with Bob. I am too. That could be a nice Christmas party, honestly.
Yeah. Thank you, Rebecca, for the tip.
Oh, nice. Rebecca in the house.
Oh, all right. You guys are moving the comments up. Have me clicking on different stuff. All right. So let's see how much time we have left. We have 6 minutes to the bell. Let's do one more ticker. Someone throw out the first ticker. We're watching comments right now. First ticker that pops up. There's a 20-second delay.
MRIN.
All right, MRIN.
I know it's made its run this morning, but I think if that might be a short candidate.
Yes. So MRIN. If you're not already in this, I would be very skeptical about trying to jump in it now. So it has almost 11 million shares outstanding. Let's see, 21% held by institutions, which is significant. Short interest, 14.5% of the float. Which, hold on a second. Okay, so it's going to be roughly about 14 cents of the outstanding shares. And shares short, 1.43 million shares short. And you can obviously see how much it has went up today. A lot of people got squeezed out here, which is cool. If you're a bull, it's cool. Trust me, I've been short and got squeezed out. It sucks. But yeah, here we are. I mean, we're literally up to a resistance. So we're going to get strong resistance here. Let's look at the daily chart. And okay, so here we are. This right here, man, we done had this nice run back here in the past. And usually what happens is those secondary runs, I mean, they will kind of dance around in that mid-range point, but that's also where it kind of starts tipping over as well, and then starts going red and then creates a lot of bag holders. So me personally, if you're not already in this, I would be very reluctant on trying to chase it. That's just my personal opinion. So other than that, just small position sizes. I'd say sometime this week, the market is going to get crazy again and probably crap all over itself. And then we start downtrending once more. So we'll just take it as it comes and see what we can pull out of it. So other than that, Todd, do you have anything else?
No, we're 3 minutes to the opening of the market. Like I said, as we always say, protect your trades, protect your capital, be smart about it. Don't go all in unless you're going to do it on one ticker like James did, POAI. So
just a quick shout out to ticker SDC as well. I'm very bullish on that also. So other than that, that's all I have to say. Again, stop losses, small position sizes, and it's okay to take profits. Just remember that, guys. So thank y'all for tuning in today. You guys actually helped us break a record today with most people live, and we really appreciate that. As you guys know, I suck at YouTube. So you're making me proud right now. Thank you. So other than that, we will catch y'all in the next one.
see ya.